Hi, welcome to the Shelly Studio. Today I am going to work on my Christmas cards. So right there you just saw me. I had pulled out all of my blue-green and green colored paints and some blue paints. And I'm going to jelly print just using some real simple patterns, not a lot of detail in them. I'm going to do some backgrounds and then some for some trees I'm going to do to create my Christmas cards. And I figured it was probably about time I got this edited and up in case you want to give it a try. It's really simple. I just covered the pages, and these are, I think these are just cardstock, so they are 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper. My jelly plate is not quite that big, so I do go around and catch the edges so that they are covered from one end to the next, so that I can cut them into 4 card fronts. So here you see I'm just using a texture tool to make some swirly patterns. This time I'm making sure I catch that corner. And I'll just keep going until I get it all picked up. And you know, I love jelly printing. Actually, I am on a Facebook group that is all about jelly printing and stuff. And I saw something similar to this. I was trying to find it because I didn't take a reference photo. I just saw it. It was simple jelly print background with some trees, and it was a Christmas card, and I really liked it. So I am taking the idea of someone, and I'm sorry I couldn't find the photo again to give you credit. But yes, this is not my original idea. The layout of the trees is a little bit different, but yeah. I just really liked the idea and thought this would be a quick, simple way to create a ton of Christmas cards. So you don't see it, but I make 27 Christmas cards. I have a card exchange with some local artists. I haven't heard from anybody this year, so we might not be doing it this year. I'm very sad. Maybe I'll hear from them and we'll just mail each other cards. That would be okay too. I'd get 27 cards in the mail. I'd enjoy that. I'd feel important or something, or liked or something. Anyway, I thought I had pulled out those acrylic inks, so I thought I would just try them a little bit. But they're so fluid, they kind of just look like puddles of paint. So there you go. I will go over that again. That won't be a final piece, background or foreground. Yeah, it's just kind of drippy. So this time I decide to mix it with some craft paint, hoping that will make it less drippy looking. And it helped a little bit, but I have way too much paint. And we're going to stamp these. Those are little wooden snowflakes I got at Hobby Lobby or Michael's one year, intending to paint them and hang them on the tree. But I used them that same year as a stamp on my jelly plate and haven't looked back because I really like how they look stamped. And you can see them in the finished product, but just a little bit. It's kind of subtle. Like in the finished Christmas cards. This page you can see like a bold one there. Just getting it to go all the way to the edges. Well, I added a little stamping on that one because I had some white border and I thought that would work. And I'm sorry, I don't know if the video cut out or what happened there, but it just sort of jumped. I didn't do a really good job of editing this either. Normally I cut out sections with long pauses, but I really wanted to get this up, and so I just sped it up a bit and didn't do much editing. That one turned out pretty dark, but I like that page. I like the card that ends up being too. And here I'm just catching the edges. I don't want any, like I said, I don't want any major white spaces on my papers. I'm finally incorporating some green in there. I was really liking those blues. That's my favorite color, so I was having fun doing the blues, and then I'm like, oh, I need to put a little green in there. Just making a lot of marks and texture just to make it interesting. And yeah, that's a coffee filter I'm using to catch the paint on the edge so I don't end up with so much on my hands. Trying to decide what to do next. I figured since these are going to be Christmas trees, I got to get that green in here. The small plate to my right there is actually a speedball plate, so the paint doesn't really come off of there without some serious effort. And this is some gold color. I thought I'd bling it up a little bit. And that's the Color Flash in, I don't know if it's yellow or green, but it's kind of a yellow-green color, right? There we go. Those will be trees. Okay, so I kind of wanted a foreground for the trees to be standing on, so I'm just going down the center of each of those and just picking up. Not looking for perfection, just... And that was way too solid a thing. But it works. Like, it works. And that one was already dark, so that one was hard to tell. I'm just going through and doing it in the center of all of the ones that I've decided are going to be the background pages. And then just cleaning that up. Yeah, that was a practice sketch for a picture I did for Halloween. Okay, so before I chop these up, I'm just going to show you real quick all the pages I made. These ones with the dark spot through the center will be the backgrounds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them so they'll all be horizontal cards. Hopefully that makes sense. And just finding the middle of each of them and chopping them all up. And I think I'm going to stop and clip this because you don't need to see it all. Alright, so this part, these are the ones that are going to be the trees, and I made me a variety of tree templates, just a basic tree sketch, but I wanted them to be a little bit different than each other, have a few varieties on there. So I trace through all of them, and I do 3 trees on each card, and there's 27 cards. Needless to say, this took me a while to cut these all out. Because I did it with my X-Acto knife for a lot of it. And that made it so the negative space on there could also be a tree, which I discovered that when doing the first ones. So I had lots of trees fairly fast, but it still took me a while. So there's all my trees, and I have ready-made cards that I got on clearance. And so it's just going to go on there. So I'm just going to ink around it. This is just black archival ink, just to make it stand out a bit. And then I'm just going to use score tape, or the double-sided tape, to tape it down to the card. Just eyeballing it to center it, and then I do ink around the trees just because I like that look. And I really just picked 3 random trees. I tried not to put dark on dark and light on light, but you know, they're just pretty random. I do get to have one for myself, and I have not decided which one I like the best and which one I'm going to keep as my own. Just using some glitter glue to glue them down. Real simple. I also add like Merry Christmas or Oh Christmas Tree or Oh Tannenbaum on the different ones. I don't show me doing that, but that is basically the card. So it's actually pretty simple. I'll show a picture of a cluster of all of them at the end. And oh yes, I darkened the tree trunk. I hope you liked this video. I hope you give it a try. It was really fun. And as always, if you'd like to see more from me, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.